Hi, welcome to Versus, where we watch 2 TV shows so you don't have to. Today we have... Versus...
Space Cop Gabin. His mum's from Earth.
And his dad is from the planet Bird. And he flies around being a space cop.
Yeah, with his dragon friend.
With his dragon friend.
What was the dragon friend called again?
I have no idea. His girlfriend slash lady friend was called Mimi, who can turn into a parakeet.
That makes more sense with the planet Bird.
But the evil Maku alien people, space pirates,
they're bad.
They want to turn Earth into a place of crime and villainy.
Not that it's not already, but like they want to turn Japan into a place of crime and villainy.
Yeah, and Japan's just made this he's building an amazing space colony.
Yeah.
And Maku were like, we'll fucking blow that up. There's a blood sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then we'll just take over Earth with our secret... They've been secretly building layers.
Yeah. Layers are important.
And a small group of children start being detectives.
Yeah.
It's like this random...
Well, I feel like the children just go in and just be like, let's go and check on those aliens. But then as soon as shit hits the fan and they fall down that hole, then they're like, let's get the fuck out of here. We've got bitten off too much more than we can chew.
Space Gavin just hears about this, I'm assuming on his space radio or something.
Yeah, I think he's just involved with what's going on with Maku's.
Hunter Killer was... He's basically Captain Black. That's what I thought. So he was a space cop and he turned over to the Maku.
I didn't realise.
But I can't remember, was Hunter Killer in this episode?
Yes, he was the guy who had the one eye popping out.
He was the eye popping out.
Hunter Killer, and he was like...
So the main thing from... The Maku can... We're all at the shop there, guys. But the Maku can control the Earth's axis.
Yeah, that was
like Superman
really
and reverse it.
Weird.
And sort of bring in the phantom world mixed with the human world.
Yeah, that was really fucking weird.
With that power, why are they stopping
anything?
Who can stop that?
Why are they settling for crime? Like, I'm sure crime will happen.
They're gods. They can spin a planet backwards.
I was just imagining all the people just flying all the way, like just being like walking and then just being like, and then having to fly for all the way over. Also, just quickly, do you know they talk about how quickly he gets into his little outfit?
Well, he goes into his suit, and then it's like, let's watch that again.
Yeah, let's watch that again.
They slow it down.
That took 0.05
seconds.
Yeah, that's a 0.05 seconds. What, for that guy to say, oh yeah, commencing Space Cop suit, and then 2 flashes of thunder. I mean, I don't know, it was probably it was 5 seconds. But don't go around saying it's 0.05 seconds.
We could, if it was that quick, we wouldn't be able to... Our eyes wouldn't physically be able to catch it.
Yeah, but we saw thunder, and the guy went, oh, he wants me to do it? Okay.
Let's see it again. I've missed my favourite part of this. The Slug Man, or whatever the enemy...
Oh, he was great.
Basically, it's a bit Power Ranger-y. There's a guy with the suit, magic powers, and his robot suit, and then there's like the villain of the week. This villain of the week was some sort of slug man who sort of ran around him. It was a bit shit, but occasionally he'd just go... and when he was going through like the Phantom realm through like the smoke, I thought that is fucking amazing.
He was ace. I really enjoyed him. I wonder how they did him. It felt like it was a man just holding on...
Skateboard on the guy's front.
Yeah,
and
skateboard.
Like that. They save the kids. Mimi turns up because he's just got her under his jacket as a bird, as a parakeet. She flies up. Kids, let's go. And then she disappears, never spoken again.
All she's there to do is just save little children.
Yeah, and then Gavin slices the main guy in half, straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. And then he just becomes a jockey.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like,
that's
open up a horse
like, right, okay, well, I guess I'll live here then.
I'll just live at Earth now.
So that he knows that Maku aren't done yet.
Yeah, well, they've got millions of underground headquarters around the Earth.
Around Earth. Yeah. So they've fully settled in on Earth and you've got to sort it out. As also being a jockey. Why was it a jockey? Why was it horses? Why was it horse racing? Also, why would they ever allow children to just let loose on that fucking horse field?
Or just horse track? It was more just kids being let loose, running around Tokyo wherever they were, and just running around industrial tunnels.
Yeah.
Like, where were their parents?
Yeah, where are their parents? They're too busy like looking after those horses.
But then we had the Terminator.
Yeah.
Right. I watched this. So, sorry, Winspector, which made me laugh for multiple reasons. So, a man who, I was like, he's dressed as Arnold Schwarzenegger from the first Terminator.
Which one? The guy with his gloves?
Yeah, and there's sunglasses, and it was a kind of trench coat. It was a lot like the first Terminator.
Yeah.
And he steals a tanker truck and a baby.
Oh, you're talking about the Cyber's
bad guy?
Yeah. The bad guy.
Before I knew straight away.
R24.
I didn't know he was a robot.
You knew he was a robot.
But I thought he was dressed like Arnie.
I thought it was quite a good reveal. I was like, he just punched that man
fucking
well far.
That's 1990. But T2 didn't come out yet, so I was like, well, he looks a bit like Arnie. But then I was like, do you know when he's driving that truck? But then that's the T1000. But then I was like, at the end of Terminator 1, what's he driving? But is he driving the truck?
I think, well, no, that's...
That was the most confusing sentence I've ever said.
Yeah,
what I mean
was
is,
very confusing.
straight away I was like,
but
he is meant to be an Arnie,
Yeah.
and then he was like, oh no, he's actually a robot as well. But basically, a man dressed as Arnold Schwarzenegger pretty much, steals a small child,
baby,
gets into a tanker, and is just driving
through a fucking
trying to get to a lab to crash into to explode it. Now, this reminded me of Blast Corps, or Blast Corps, the Nintendo 64 game. Do you remember? I used to have it before I played it in Wales, where there's a tanker truck that's stuck on go, and it's got like nuclear material and a bomb in it, and you have to drive around in cars and robots and smash everything to clear the path.
That sounds exactly
You must remember this.
That sounds exactly like
So I was like, oh, it's just the same thing. You definitely played it together.
Maybe, probably.
Blast Corps. Here it is. Rare made it, and then made another one. But the whole thing was that. But yeah, he's just driving through. He doesn't kill. Because a few times he's looking at the baby like, destroy baby.
No, yeah, and he keeps like wanting to almost
kill it,
the
but
baby,
stuff keeps getting in the way.
Yeah.
So that made me laugh. But
that made you laugh.
Sorry,
killing the baby made you laugh.
But you've got the main guy, Fire, who's a human who has...
I didn't know he was going to become that. I sort of thought there was going to be another one that was needed, and it was like, calling the next one. I didn't think he was going to become that.
Well, he's a red Power Ranger, and then he's got his two friends who are robots.
Yeah.
Walter and Bikel.
Bikel. Yeah, I like the way you say Bikel, because they kept saying Bickle, and I was like, Bickle's a weird word.
It's Bikel.
And then when he turned into a bike, I was like, it's Bikel.
But do you not remember the meme from like a couple of years ago where it was Mike, short for Michael, and then it was Bikel, and like it was this meme that went obviously wrong.
Wait, but it was actually
It was a meme. Like that said, it was like, oh, because obviously bike short for Bikel, which is stupid. But in this, it was like, wait, they knew this. This makes more sense. He literally is called Bikel because he's a bike.
That's funny.
So I really like this one. The budget was high.
It felt, I thought that as well.
I don't know how they're spending all that money every week. Police cars being flipped over and exploding.
Yeah,
a fucking tanker truck.
Well, I think that was also that was a toy.
No, it was a toy.
Yeah, so
it was obviously dry. There was a real tanker truck being driven around at a lot of points. Right. So I'm not even looking to the right side of this.
But no, I had to stop halfway through because it all just became too exciting.
It was really good.
It all just became nuts. But
Mayday. Sorry, I'm just remembering what the tune for this one.
I liked Bickle and Waters. Bickle and Waters. Bickle. They called him Bickle. I like Bickle and Waters' walk.
Yeah.
Like everywhere they went, they just vogued.
One could fly, so you just pick up his mate and just like, just flying around.
He's like, don't drop me, you fucking prick. And then he's just the bike, when Bikel drives around.
Yes.
And gets
just got a wheel on his front.
And he just goes, right, let's go. And that is insanity. There's not really much else we can sort of say about that.
No, I think there's everything we can say this. Right, so the main guy, Fire, I can't remember his actual real name, but he's like a bit like a cop, and then he goes full. So there's a bit right at the end where how they win is, so the man's got the baby, he's in his tanker truck, he's going to destroy the lab because some evil scientist was really, he had a rivalry with someone else, and he's like, I'm going to steal his baby.
It was a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, but he stole his grandchild.
And then tried to destroy his factory.
And he's just there eating noodles, laughing, watching TV, watching it all unfold, like Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, it was like Dennis Hopper.
So he's like, oh no, he's going to crash into that lab. So Fire jumps on the side of this thing, and he's like trying to smash the tyres, and then randomly the police chief gets a phone call from some sort of computer. Was it Zordon? Going, by the way, Fire's only got 5 seconds of power left. And he's like, Fire, you've only got 5 seconds of... And he's like, who are you talking to? It was just like a flashing light on the phone. Why has he not a radio? And then he ends up slashing the tower or something. So then this thing, they're trying to avoid hitting this lab, just crashes into a different building and explodes and like flips over loads of the baby in it.
The funniest thing is the fact that, right, say this was the police brigade, and the car went like that. And
it takes forever.
Close to it. Got so close to it.
Like,
and then all of a sudden, when it was about that close, it was went...
And then crashed into all the way of the building.
Sorry,
and literally, it's flipping like this. It's rolling over.
And that baby's fine.
The baby, yeah.
I think Winspector's grabbed him out.
Is he called Winspector or Fire?
No, Winspector's the inspector that win. The inspectors that win.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is.
He just walks through the flames holding this little baby, which would still be being singed.
The baby would be singed.
And then the robot Arnie comes out basically. He's like, wah, and then he just collapses, and then his little hand crawls across the ground.
That was funny,
animal crawl.
There was a lot of like Thunderbird's time frames going on. Like, do you know when like the water's raising and it's not actually raising? Like the car's coming towards you and it's like, oh, it's here, but then it's here, but then it's here, but then it's here. There was a lot of that going on, especially at the start with the when the two little. When Biker and Water were going after thingy.
Yeah, I did like Biker and Water a lot. I thought they'd be irritating, but they actually worked really well.
Yeah, they weren't. They were quite humanistic. They weren't.
I'm
like,
amazed. Why are people not more amazed that someone's built a robot Terminator and they've got Michael and Walter?
Well,
why is no more amazed? But like they've invented AI.
You're forgetting it's 1999. The science has advanced.
Why have they not used them
years.
for other things? Now, my favourite part was the subplot in this involving Fire's sister, I think.
Oh, who is that? Is that
so she had the garden.
Oh,
she had a greenhouse, but all the plants outside had died because the nuclear or whatever, the sewage factory on the road had leaked.
Because some person had been fighting near it and like
something
off. Like someone had knocked that pipe off. So
I'm going to keep watering these plants forever, and one day they're going to bloom. And then the end credits, they're all skipping through the field. And the sister's there, and she's like, and then it's got Michael and Walter, and they're all sat having like a drink of oil. They're drinking oil. Fire's drinking like a soda, and they're just drinking oil like Castrol GTX. It's fucking, and they're all these. It's like. The end credits were just the happiest thing. I was there in the morning, just like drinking my coffee, going, "This is so nice."
I need to wake up every morning watching Winspector.
I don't know how the flowers all grew with like by the end of the credits because it's just like barren landscape.
Because he did it.
Yeah,
because he did it.
Why have I put R24? What's R24?
Is he's the bad guy. He's the Arnie.
Oh, is he the Arnie?
Arnie's R24.
Oh, also
he was created by the scientist
Michael or. Well, it's like saying Michael goes to the car wash.
Oh yeah, Michael goes to the car wash.
He's having a fucking great time.
Yeah, he's like, "What is this shit?"
He's like,
he gets wrapped up. Yeah, and then comes out brand spanking sparkly. That chase scene was pretty good as well.
No, it was all
going
it was all really, really good. I'm amazed that they could afford it. I don't know if I know the season, but it seemed very, even compared to like Power Rangers, were obviously like 5-6 years later.
Yeah,
it seemed very expensive.
It did, yeah. It was just, I don't know, it was just a lot of, it didn't take itself seriously like Gavin kind
when the chief gets just run over by the...
Oh, yeah.
It's just like Tom and Jerry was like, he's been run over by a fucking...
I don't know why he said stop.
He just stands in the way of a thing.
He went out past the blockade and went, alright, the blockade's not going to stop him. I'm going to have to stop him.
He gets run over by like a 8-wheeler transport thing full of petrol.
Full of petrol, yeah. Fucking hell.
And he's just like,
he's no doubt
back up,
yeah. So, I think it's quite obvious which one we preferred.
Michael and Walter it was again, it did obviously hit loads of the same beats as all the other ones that we've been through, like the Super Sentai things, but it was just done in a nice way. I just very much enjoyed it. There was no negativity. It was just like, everything's going alright. Apart from the baby. Even the baby was quite happy, even the whole time.
The baby did seem quite happy a lot of the time.
But I just liked how he was just like, kill, and like he'd do his
Terminator
vision and be like,
what he was
destroy baby. It's like, you could have thrown it out the car window.
Yeah, you could have done that ages ago.
Yeah. So in this episode of Versus, the winner is...
Michael and Walter.
Michael and Walter.
Alright, okay. Thank you very much for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.